Should be good. We should be.
I mean, we probably should always be good, but especially this close to Christmas.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. I mean, that just sounds creepy to me. Alright, so we've already got Barbara and Pin here. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. MarauderEX here. Helix, we're going to be playing some Battle Chasers. Yeah, why not? I've been chomping at the bit for this game. I want to play this game so bad, but I'm waiting for the Switch version, which does not look like it's going to come out by the end of the year. So I showed some love to Indivisible yesterday by doing a video talking about how the difference between the prototype and the backer preview. So this game's out. I can't recommend it enough. So let's show this game. So yeah.
I mean, you can't get it on the Switch yet, but you can still get it on PS4.
On everything else. Literally, it's on PC, Xbox One, PS4. I'm missing something. There is another means in which to get it. But yeah. Yeah. Alright, the only problem with this version is it never wants to actually skip the opening movie. And I don't know why, because when I was playing it on PC, just all you had to do was press and hold X, and it was just like, we're just going to go through it. Something about the PS4. I don't know. There's some weird quirks for each version from what I've heard. So it's a bit unique. Alright, I have no idea where I've left off in this one, but this is the one we're gonna do. So, yeah.
I was gonna say, 50 hours is a definition of not much, but that's 5.0 hours.
Yeah, it's 5.0. It is not 50 hours. Though I'm expecting to spend about that much in this game.
Yeah, do you have the comics down here?
I do. Here, hold that. Getting the comics out of my shelf is going to be a feat. There we go. So, I have the comics. I've got most of the loose comics somewhere. But for Christmas a couple of years ago, my parents got me this, which is the collected anthology, which is all of the available comics. Oh god, it still has that new book smell to it. I don't open this up nearly often enough. It's got all of that, and then it's got some, some of the promotional art and the sketches and stuff that were just part of the promotion of the comic. Oh god, that new book smell. Here, I'll let you sift through that while I stay a while and listen. I should probably rest, but
yeah, I gotta say, Deckard Cain's been working out.
Deckard Cain is jacked. And Glass is here. Oh, Glassjaw DB's here. I saw Aaron in chat as well. So a lot of people here. So, alright, so obviously I've passed the point where I don't have to fight the scrub enemies. It gives you the option of, would you like to attack the lesser enemy? I'm gonna get into a fight just to see what it is I've been doing. Not that I'm gonna get a chance to figure it out because, yeah. New book smell. That smell is freaking awesome. Like, but yeah, I will actually. So, Battle Chasers was a huge inspiration for me when I was doing like tabletop gaming. Huge inspiration. I actually picked up one of the issues when I was. We went on a vacation in the mountains, and there was just a little like hole in the wall comic shop just out in the middle of nowhere. and like we stopped by for I don't even know what reason. Like I don't know what possessed my parents to stop there, but like they had 2 issues, so I'm like I picked those up and I'm like I fell in love with the series. I must have more, but unfortunately, Joe Madureira. Like reading the Wikipedia on this is like he did 3 issues in a year. Like that's yeah. I'm so glad you're streaming it because I'm very tempted to get it. Please do, just buy it. I cannot say enough good things about this. Here, is it not wanting to go back in? Let's see if we can. Just have to do it gently. It's just a tight fit. I'm waiting for someone in the chat to. Access. But yes, this game I cannot recommend it enough. If you like any of like the 90s JRPG titles, like any of the classic Final Fantasies, really like Super Mario RPG, just anything like that, then this game is just a direct love letter to it. Like it is so good. It really. All right. So it's just a tight fit, MarauderEX 2017. Thank you, Barbara. I was waiting for someone to bring that up. All right.
Also, Pim. Good night, everybody.
I miss Animaniacs. It's such a good show. Alright, so, giving a crash course on the combat system, you have 3 heroes that make up your party, and there's, I forget how many heroes are available in this one, and there's one character who is actually a hero that is just for this game that they brought in, not part of the Battle Chasers canon. So you get 3 against anywhere between, I think, 4 enemies, maybe 5, and then they can also have waves of enemies. So that's something to keep in mind. You have, in the bottom, you've got a burst gauge, which is basically like a limit break that builds up over time for each character. Your burst gauge is shared amongst those characters, so like if you only have level 1 burst gauge, only one of your people can use a burst. That's, resource management part 1. Resource management part 2 is the little blue meter underneath your HP is your mana gauge. And there's 2 ways to deal with that. As you notice, there's like little black sections right next to each one. You build up what's called overcharge. And then you can use the overcharge instead of your mana. So like Garrison has 90 MP. I can just start off using any of his abilities, and all of these require mana, and it actually tells you how much mana it will take per each ability. So like Cleave is 10, Warblade is 15, etc. So I can do a normal attack, and he actually builds like 15 overcharge. So I can take 1 turn to build up some overcharge, then use my ability, and then I'm not actually losing any of my resources. And since the overcharge expires at the end of the battle, that's kind of, their way of being like, hey, resource management. Because, so, like, it's now Gully's turn, and I have 10 overcharge, so I could do, like, guard punch and not have any sort of loss in my mana. But if I just, like, start the fight out with all of these abilities, my mana's gonna go away, and then I have to take even more turns to build up usable amounts of mana in later fights.
You should give Scattershot a shot.
Scattershot? And one thing about it is it has a Final Fantasy X turn-based system, so you see on the side each character's portrait, it'll tell you where everything kind of falls in line. So I'm going to wait for Scattershot, so I'm just going to kind of guard. And one neat thing about this is each character's guard is unique. So like Garrison, the swordsman, his guard reduces damage taken. All of them kind of reduce damage taken, but they give them some sort of bonus. So he's going to do nothing, because he's going to take a turn to charge up an ability. and then it... But because he attacked Garrison, while Garrison was defending, now my attack is increased, because that's one of the bonuses. So, his attack is actually really freaking strong. Everyone's talking. Talking about a house in Malibu, winning the lottery. Alright. And then you've got, like, this gorgeous overworld. I will regenerate health in combat. Fantastic. Alright, so I've already done one dungeon. Like, the Path of Fangs is your first major... Well, no, actually, it's your second or maybe even third major dungeon. Now that I'm actually sitting here trying to plot out where the hell have I been in this game, that's the one I just did. So, you can see the little exclamation point. It's kind of leading you in the direction... Like, the game's like, you need to go this way, and I think I actually went the wrong way. I went the wrong way. Yeah. That leads me down to a peninsula with nothing on it. So I need to go...
So you mentioned that they have a new character that was not part of the original story. Do they generally follow the story, or is this an entirely new story based on the lore? This
is entirely new. The last issue of the comic book was actually a cliffhanger. So I think it was issue 9. So it's like, to be continued, and it never continued. This story takes place in the same world, same characters, same overall plot line, but what ends up happening for this is we're on an airship for whatever reason, because, you know, this world has airships, and we get attacked by pirates for no discernible reason other than we were just there. But apparently we weren't supposed to be there, and so they wanted to kill us, and now we're on an island that's basically Castlevania. Like, I swear to God, that's... It's like... in fact, the character that they've added in for this, Aemon, he has a claw, like, it's a claw, but it turns into a chain whip, and he uses, like, kanji to, like, turn undead. Like, he's like... You know, Asian Simon Belmont is... Like, why does the guy with the red scarf look like Guts? Actually, Guts was probably based off of... Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know how old Berserk is. I know this is 98. So...
I feel like Berserk is older than that.
Quite possibly. I have to look that one up. Yeah, because I think the comic creator... And, see, that's the thing, like... Joe Madureira, the guy who did this, used to do all sorts of... And all of his comics, like, everyone is just, like, super, like, roided out. It's amazing. And, okay, so we're at the point of the story where we're meeting up with another one of the actual comic book heroes. This is Nolan. He's, Berserk is late 80s. So, yeah, then there's probably a lot of, you know, inspiration that came from that. Because, I mean, look at him. I mean, other than the jawline.
Yeah. Original run, 1989.
1989. So, yeah. So, about 10 years.
Yeah.
Because this is 98, so 9 years.
Also, the anime started in 97.
The anime started in 97? Wow. So, there might not actually be any direct inspiration, unless Joe Madureira was able to get a hold of the comic books. Which, you know, he probably did, being a comic book artist and all.
Yeah. I mean, anime started in 97, this came out in 98. It's not unreasonable that...
Well, actually, it's like, the thing is, I know he was drawing and designing the story for this before it came out. Because that's one of the things that he had talked about, was that he has an overarched story for this. Like, he has a plan for all of this. He's just never going to do it. I love Joe Madureira's, really, but, like, punctuality in his projects is really not his forte. Asian Simon Belmont, somebody make this a thing. Alright, so we're in one of the dungeon sections, which I don't remember this one. It's like, so you approach the surly man, eyes up Eyes you up and down. Why don't you be? You certainly don't look around. You look troubled. Tell me more. He's a streak in him. Vile streak. Worst fella I've ever met. Hiding out in Junktown. If he went missing one day, make quite a few people happy. That's all I'll say about that. I'll look for him. So apparently we need to find, like, this is one of the side quests. We now need to find Everston in Junktown. I don't know if that means we have to kill him.
Well, he's not telling you to kill him. He's just saying, you know, a purpose of nothing. Just, you know, putting it out there.
Just putting it out there.
A lot of people would prefer that he not be around anymore.
What's that?
How you take that information is up to you.
There's a line from Family Guy. And then also, you get a ton of world lore in little, like, scrolls that just kind of lay around. So it's like, and the best part about it is, like, you have it here. If you don't, it's like, oh, it's a scroll, I'm not going to bother reading it at the moment. You can go back and in your inventory at some point, that's quests, there is... You basically have a world history book that's going with you. If he's slow getting the comics out, he has another thing in common with Berserk's author. Ooh. Well, yeah, probably. Yeah. So, like, it's... Yeah. And one of the fun things is, like, part of the Kickstarter for this game was getting 3 comics. 1 to finish out the cliffhanger part, and then 2... that kind of lead into what's going to become, or what was to become, Nightwar. So, like, there's a lot to it. Alright, Seer Stone has been repurposed to play unique events that are witnessed. Watch a video. Oh, okay. So basically, this allows us to see all of the cutscenes that we have seen up until this point. So that's neat. One thing about this game that is a little, it's interesting and also frustrating, is, yeah, let's use a power cell.
Created a power cell for a Fisherman's Treasure Map and...
Ballad of the Hempen Jig. Arthur J. Stefanelli's workshop. Yes, that Arthur Stefanelli, the Technomancer. Just don't break anything, you hooligans. So much world lore that I'm going to be passing a lot of it, because you could spend a ridiculous amount of time on just this. This is kind of a dungeon-esque section. I don't know if there's any more to this town, but the dungeons themselves are kind of procedurally generated, which it's neat as well as frustrating, because there's only so much. Like, each playthrough will be drastically different. Oh, and like any other JRPG, there's a fishing minigame. So, you know, you go fishing. I'm not gonna spend time. I don't understand the fishing minigame. There's not much rhyme or reason to it compared to like any other fishing minigame I've ever seen. So, all right. So we got a new team member. Don't count D. Grayman out. Hunter. Are we discussing anime and graphic novels that take forever to come out? Like, is that what we're doing? Alright, so yeah, now we can choose our party. So we've got there's 2 more party members. There's that one that's blocked out, and then there's 1 more. And so, like, each character basically has their own thing that they bring to the table. Nolan comes to us level 9, so that's good. We don't have to worry about leveling him up too much. But each character kind of has their own, you know, niche in the party. You know, like Final Fantasy IX, each character was their class. So if you wanted a thief, you had to have Zidane. If you wanted a black mage, you had to have Eevee. Gully is basically your tank, which I think is hilarious that the child is the tank. But in the world lore, the giant-ass gauntlets that she's wearing are, like, super enchanted. They came from her dad. They have the literal ability to punch mountains away. Like, it's... She becomes a little raging Hulk now that she's wearing them, and she's the only one who can wear them. The gauntlets can actually decide who is worthy of them, kind of like Thor's hammer. But unlike Thor's hammer, it's not like you just don't pick it up. If you put the gauntlets on and you're not worthy, the gauntlets destroy your hands.
Oh.
Like, just crushes them into nothing. There's one of the cliffhanger. It's a guy who's supposed to be Gully's half-brother. He's like, these are my birthright. He puts them on, and the gauntlet's like, no. And they, like, crush his hands. So he's, like, he's left with, like, just stubs at that point. Like, he's sitting there in jail because he's a dick. With, like, stubs bandaged up. He's like, yeah, I don't have any hands anymore because I'm a dick. So, yeah. So you've got Gully, the tank. Garrison is basically damage dealer. Damage dealer and debuff, to a degree. Because he's got some interesting debuffs. So does Nolan. Nolan has a different set of debuffs. So Nolan and Garrison are kind of damage dealer. Like, one's melee, one's magic. They have some buffs and some debuffs that kind of fit in different categories. The giant war golem robot is actually our healer. Nolan has some healing abilities too, so like everyone kind of has a weird mishmash of what they can do, but you can also kind of supplement that by going into the perks menu. So like each character has 2 tech trees basically. So like Garrison has Swordsman and Wanderer, that you have points that you have to spread between them. So like I've got 12 points, I have to share them between both tech trees at the moment. But like they provide very different play styles per each character. So
you have Garrison very much going for Swordsman, not so much the Wanderer.
Yeah, well, Garrison can really, really break things with his critical attack rate. He basically becomes Chrono with the Rainbow and the Shiva Edge combined. Like, your crits do 4 times damage, and you're critting like 70% of the time. Have fun. So I'm gonna let my Saturn DLCs for Injustice and Tekken 2 or Tekken 7. Pick your fishing game: Ocarina of Time, Final Fantasy 15, or Pokemon. I haven't played the fishing game in Final Fantasy 15. My fishing game of choice.
Let's not lie. You know it's Pick the Cat.
I was going to say that and see how long it took anyone to actually call me out on that BS. We apparently have someone else in here. The One-Handed Gamers. Hello. Welcome. Alright.
We also have another cat with us.
We have a cat. Oh! So I get to go into a dungeon. So, I have to do the dungeon of Junktown, and I don't think I've already done this, but it's giving me the option for Legendary, which is not normal. Because normally you have to beat the dungeon and then unlock Legendary mode. So you've got Hard, Very Hard, and Legendary, and it kind of, you see the reward, you get, you know, Treasure Chest, Heroic Treasure Chest, Legendary Treasure Chest, so it kind of tells you, like, green is rare, blue is super rare, purple is ultra, like, I'm gonna do this one on hard, because it's been a little while since I've played this, and you kind of have to get into the groove with combat, managing everyone's buffs and debuffs properly. So, like, That's one of the things. Like when I was playing the backer beta on PC, like it was really difficult until you kind of got into the combat groove, and then it's like, oh, I am just bitch slapping everything now. A Pokemon is not actually that aggravating. I haven't.
Yeah.
Have you played the?
I haven't done any of the more recent ones, but like in the older games, fishing's not too bad until you decide I want to fish up a Dratini or a Phoebus.
Aaron asks, I'm going to get this game, does it have a physical copy? Yes, physical versions do exist for the console versions. I don't know if one exists for PC. And the Switch version isn't out yet, but that's what I'm waiting for. This is the digital version on PS4, but I also have my physical backer copy of the Switch version when that releases. So, alright, so we're here in Junkertown. I'm trying to remember what all of the buttons do, because one of them is supposed to bring up a mini-map. Okay, there we go. So we can see the mini-map. So each room is going to be procedurally generated and kind of what's in it and where it goes. So it's kind of procedurally generated in the sense that, like, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
Yeah, looking at this little map and the layout of this room, I was like, this looks very Chain of Memories.
Yeah, it's got a lot of Chain of Memories going on with it, and I don't know why. Well, as Keelik said, there is Phoebus.
Yeah, for Marauder and anyone else who's not in the know, Phoebus was a special Pokemon that you had to fish them up on a certain route, but you couldn't just fish anywhere. The river on the route had 100 or 200 squares, something like that. You could catch Phoebus in 4 of them.
Oh, well then.
So you had to just kind of go up and down, cast a couple times in each spot until you found it.
That's dick. That's so much dick.
Yeah. And Phoebus evolved into one of the better water Pokemon of that generation, so it was worth it. It was just kind of
time-consuming.
Yeah.
So that room, all that was basically a teleporter that allows you to teleport to different places in the dungeon. Very Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Because I'm pretty sure that was a feature that you could, go back to certain rooms via teleportation.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to know that they apparently fixed it. If I ever decide, I want a Phoebus in Alpha Sapphire or whatever.
Alpha Sapphire, Beta Ruby, Omega Opal.
It's Omega Ruby. Though really, it should have been like Alpha Sapphire, maybe Beta Ruby, and then Omega Emerald, but they don't do remakes of the special
the bridge,
editions.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, that was me talking. That's also one thing of interest. Password. Bandits aren't the brightest bunch. If we look hard enough or ask the right questions, we're bound to find it.
I bet the password's nothing. Password's usually nothing.
Password is 1234. So I have to find 3 clues for this dungeon to tell me how to get into the establishment. I'm just kind of surprised I haven't gotten into a fight yet. Normally, dungeons are just kind of crawling with people to kill. The whole point is life begins in the sea and ends in the land, so Alpha and Omega. Yeah, I can see that symbolism. I see that. Right, getting a bunch of treasure chests here. Thank you for that.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, I think you could say life ends in the sky too. If you want to get symbolic about it. And Rayquaza being the mascot for Emerald. Guardian of the Sky.
Shit, not what I wanted to do. There we go. I'm trying to regain. All right. So each character also has something that they have a number of charges of a special ability. So like Garrison has a dash, so you can dash through traps and things. Gully can break certain walls. Calibretto heals people outside of combat. So you get X number of charges of them. So, and I'm just getting into a fight, which is probably not going to go well for me because those tanks hit like a brick shithouse. So, let's focus on him. Oh, okay, he doesn't have a ton of HP. Alright, yeah, you're gonna piss me off. Let's...
The tank is bleeding.
The tank is bleeding. I like to make tanks bleed. That no one wants to be a beta in today's world. Let's see. I'm gonna focus down the tank. Because he's kind of pissing me off. Let's show off a burst, because this will do a ton of damage down. So bursts are also really cinematic. So 120 HP, and it adds the bleeding effect to him, and I'm burning. My robot is burning. Fishing is not that terrible unless you're shiny hunting. But yeah, basically everything in this is like just buff and debuff management. If you can master the buff debuff system, combat's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I do appreciate when games, you know, do something interesting with the battle system that isn't just, oh, we have timed hits.
Yeah. Because,
you know, everybody does that. It's not interesting anymore.
Yeah, actually there's not any timed hits in this that I can think of. It's all just figuring out turn order and then managing buffs and debuffs. So it's like starting off like he's got Sunder, which lowers defense, and that doesn't stack. Bleed stacks. So a lot of these you also have to notice which ones stack and which ones don't. So like the robot punching him lowers defense, but that doesn't stack. But there are other defense lowering things that you can do that's not Sunder. So it's like that's kind of how you balance that one out. So it's like unfortunately like that's not gonna last long enough to actually be useful.
Yeah.
Because of the turn order. So right now going against one person is not exactly the best way to show off, but you know, letting him bleed to death is good. I'm also probably a little over-leveled for this dungeon. I mean, Nolan came to us at level
9.
Level 9, so like...
Which is the same level that...
everyone else is,
yeah.
But... I'm getting a lot of treasure chests here. Oh, hey! People! Alright. What is your burst? Purify. 53 and removes 2 debuffs. Not anything I need to do at the moment.
You know, that, the yellow tank could pass for metal.
Metal?
Met-tool.
Oh, Met-tool. I was like, metal gear?
With the Mega Man art hat.
It could. I was thinking it looks very similarly to, oh, what is it? The tank for Metal Slug. The Metal Slug. Like, why did I have such a hard time with that one? It's like, okay, I'm actually going to do that ability this time. And... I'm going to taunt. So everything's going to kind of be focusing on her. I'm just going to do damage. That's all I'm going to do. And...
Knocked perked Tank Buster.
I'm just going to kind of make her invincible at the moment. Because she's got 2 different types of regen on. She has 2 different defense bonus ups. And she's the primary target. So, like...
Yeah, he's got 30 overcharge.
45! Let's do something special with him. Defense matrix. Let's defend. Alright, defend again. What do we have?
Also, you have level 2 burst gauge.
I do. Which just at this point means I can do 2
right.
level 1 burst. I haven't gotten everyone's level 2 burst. Light Dragon, welcome! So, like, what would you like to see? I've got a bunch of stuff. I've got Cleave, which not really useful now because there's only 1 person. It deals adjacent damage. Rallying Strike, which adds haste to all of my people. Warblade consumes up to 40 overcharge, dealing 150 and adding 0.8 damage to each overcharge use. So that uses all of your available overcharge. Right now it's not terribly strong, but I think Garrison can get like 100 overcharge max, if not more. So like at that point, like Warblade is just like, hey, guess what? I'm gonna mess you up. Rage Wave is I think his only magic based attack. It's Getsuga Tensho is basically it. Siphon's actually really neat because it allows it to pair up with his abilities that inflict bleed. So this one encourages you to inflict level 1 bleed on everyone so that you get more HP back from everything rather than stacking levels of bleed on 1 target. So that's a good way to kind of heal yourself. I don't even know what... I've never seen Ruptured. The target is sundered or poison, adds bleed damage. Let's do that. Because he's sundered at the moment, because our giant robot hit him. So that was neat. I'm just going to keep the sundered up. And she's got 18 overcharge. That's a weird number. Barrier Swing's actually pretty good. But you might not get a chance to see it. Like, Barrier Swing's also a really interesting way to kind of figure out who is your weakest, because it automatically applies a shield to whoever is statistically listed as your weakest person. I think it's mostly based off of HP values. So like whoever has the least HP, they now get a shield. Alright, so I got the dungeon map. So now when I bring that up, I can see how large the dungeon is. Passcode is rum. So one of the words is rum. Rum is part of the password.
It's the 3rd clue.
Which is weird because we are at the... Who are you? Oh, hey! That's right, we're supposed to look for Everston. Now we're both gonna regret you saying... Alright, so now we get to fight Evanston. I have not done this. Everston the Red. So he's level 9. So he's 428 HP. He's going to be interesting. Let's start off doing a ton of damage to him. And inflicting bleed. Because He's gonna do a ton of damage to us. Oh. Okay. Sure. Build up some overcharge. Taunt. Bring that up. And defend. And add bleed level 2. And of course that goes off right after he attacks. So
I'm pretty sure you're fine still.
Yeah. The thing is, anytime someone has like a unique name, they've probably also got a unique ability that's just going to kind of pop up somewhere. Let's just keep defending, because... Alright, and bleed stacks up to 3 times. So, yeah, that's... I got more HP back than... That's what I mean when I say you need to master the buff-debuff system. Alright, Everson the Red didn't actually get a special attack off. I was waiting for something. Because they also have their own types of burst attacks, which are terrifying to see.
Fortunately, you know, he didn't get to tell you what time it was.
What time is it?
It's high noon.
No. Mysterious cube hums with an energy as you approach it. Inscription has been etched. Some boxes give, this one takes. Catch if you can, and empowerment awaits. You could give it a piece of equipment, but you're unsure of what would happen next. Alright. This is one of those things that's just like, hey, we're gonna mess with you. So you can actually put a weapon in this, and then this box is gonna teleport somewhere else in the dungeon. I believe just this dungeon. It might be other dungeons too. I hope not. But you can get... You can get stuff, you know. So, like, the Defiled Blade Splitter. That's not what I'm currently equipped with, but it's close in terms of...
The letter opener.
Yeah, the letter openers.
Kind of. It's only green though.
Yeah. So like, let's just for shits and giggles, let's do the Defiled Blade Split. So that, and like something out of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it just gone. So somewhere in this dungeon, and it can also go back to a place that you've already been. And the worst part about it is it won't tell you if you look on the map. So it could be in one of the 2 first rooms. So things...
Well, never seeing that sword again.
And then the only problem I have with the game, and this is like the lowest end nitpicking, is where am I supposed to go in each room? Because everything is so beautifully detailed. It's all that like Final Fantasy VII, you know, pre-rendered back. It's like, what can I actually interact with? Where can I actually go, and where am I stuck?
At the very least, they do have those, you know, nice giant glowing arrows.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, it's a bad guy. Oh god, he's seen me. Pugilist. I'm actually thinking that Pugilist might actually be more threatening than, yeah, Pugilist is going to be a little more threatening than What's-His-Face was.
What, bursts do the other 2 have?
Calbaretto's burst, heals everyone for a little bit and then removes debuffs. Gully has a put a shield on everyone. And whenever they're attacked, as long as they have said shield up, their attack power increases. So, like...
Is that what it is? Because that's not what it says. It says as long as they have the shield, they get attack. Or 10% attack.
That may have changed. Or I may have just misremembered it, because it's like, okay. Early on, though, like, the 10% didn't seem to... Like, I never really noticed that much of a... But, you know, why the hell not? We've got burst. And I'm just gonna keep... Oh crap, he's getting attack bonuses every time I hit him. So yeah, that's gonna kinda hurt. What do you got?
He's basically dead though.
One thing I'm gonna do is, since I've got the overcharge to use it, I'm gonna heal Garrison so that I don't have to use his healing ability outside of battle. Because one thing that kind of... Oh, Jesus Christ, that level of bleed was ridiculous. And he's dead. So yeah, like... What was I just talking about with status effects? Because healing items in this game are not super common because you have to craft them. And in order to craft them, you have to have bottles. So it's like you have to find a bottle or buy bottles, and then you have to use... It's like, it's all... Oh, well. It's another one of you guys. Another talking corpse. One of the best things that I love about this is some of the jokes that kind of just pop up. One of the first dungeons you go into, you're supposed to beat someone. You finally find them. They do the entire scene from Star Wars Episode 4, the Cantina scene. He doesn't like you. I don't like you either. You'll be dead. Like that. They do that whole bit, like back and forth. It is just like it's ridiculous on several levels. All right. I kind of need to heal Garrison, but I also want to build up my overcharge a little bit more to do that. Let's just punch the tank in the face. And that should kill him. Yep. And now let's heal Garrison again, because that bleed damage, my god. Casting headshot. Okay. That kind of hurt. That kind of hurt a lot.
I have to bust out that healing burst.
The sad thing is, like, 80, not a ton of damage. Or not a ton of HP. Like, it's free, but...
Yeah, also I was thinking, you know, the damage would be a little bit more spread out, but now Garrison's basically full again.
Yep. So let's purify the land. How does a robot bleed? Oil! Yeah, he's bleeding oil. What gun does that bandit have? Stack at a motherfucking robot. You know!
Just a couple of hand cannons.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he just killed my tank. I mean, he's level 10, so... Yeah. That was rough. That was really rough. However, if I level up, I get all of my HP back. So everyone's like right next to level. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that to get her just a little bit of HP back. And I'm gonna go chase this. This guy's not actually someone I fight. He, however, is someone I fight. So I don't know. So One thing I'm so used to after playing Grandia 2 is trying to get a jump on them, but it doesn't work that way in this. Oh.
Yeah. I was thinking earlier, you know, that seemed a little odd that they have like the on-combat or on-map encounters, but there isn't like any sort of first strike mechanic.
Yeah, there's no first strike because it's all based off of each character has a haste rating, basically. That let's go. I probably shouldn't taunt with her. Counter stand. Okay, that's fine. Let's do that because burst is basically free. Where can I obtain said hand cannons? Well, you know, this world, like, you gotta find the one that's, you know, powered by magic. Alright, let's do Rowdy Strike. That's gonna be okay. Because that'll give me haste up. So, and now she's bleeding. Let's remove that because that can be obnoxious. I love Grandia 2, especially the English voice acting. Ryudo is a Ninja Turtle. It's like, I loved Grandia 2, and I kind of want to play the other Grandia games. I have them. Like I said, it's like, I've got Grandia 1 on PS1, I've got
Extreme and 3 on PS2.
PS2. And that's it, isn't it? Like,
yep. There was a Grandia Online that I think came out, but only in Japan, and it didn't get very far even there, so meh.
One thing that I've noticed, so there's a new game getting ready to come out from Square Enix, and oh my god! Level 10 is a level in which you get all sorts of crap, so I've unlocked 2 abilities for each person. 4 perk points per character, and then various perks. The blue ones are all perks. So, yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Is Shinji controlling that robot? Get in the damn robot, Shinji. Let's see. So I've got perk points now, so I can put Second Wind at the end of combat, heals Garrison for 38 health, so you can have a little bit of health at the end. Start strong. I start off with plus 10% attack power for my first action. Let's see what we got in terms of Wanderer. We've got Sturdy. Increased stamina by 2.1%. Parry increases the AP bonus while parrying. Seize opportunity. 10% chance that any attack will award 20 overcharge. And haste up. Haste is kind of a thing you want. So let's do haste and start strong. And then see what everyone else has. So she got haste up rank 2 and AP up rank 2. So like I could get rid of that and just go for that. So 2.3%, 5.4%. So like that's probably not a good trade-off, but and then you've got like defend 2. So that's what gives me a fun defense ability. Armor up, physical defense, and then stamina's HP. What determines HP? And Pogo's here. Cool looking game. RPG. Yes. RPG. And then we've got Calbretto. So he's got artillery and nature. Nature's all of your healing abilities. So he'll sell for 53 over 3 turns. So 53 divided by 3, basically. Preemptive healing heals the most damage allies at the start of combat. Sure.
So then HP a turn for a couple turns.
Or Yeah, I don't have enough unless I get rid of Stamina rank 2, which I could do, to get Gaia's Fist 2, which Gaia's Fist 2 is really not that worth it. Gaia's Fist basically gives you blood weapon. So every time you do damage, you get healed. So Gaia's Fist is actually really good for boss fights because you just throw it up, you're healing from that, and then a lot of his heal over times, like you can have the blood weapon effect, the heal over time effect, and then the anytime you take damage heal. So like you have 3 different sources of healing. So where can I get such a game and how much does it cost? It's available on every major platform right now, except for the Switch. It's not available on the Switch yet, but it is coming out on the Switch. In both digital and physical formats on every platform. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put that back up. Yeah. It's on any major platform, it is $29.99, except for the Switch, where it will be $39.99. Because Switch tax. So, that's a thing. But if you like JRPGs, I really cannot stress enough to buy this game. It's so pretty. It's very battle grind heavy, but like that doesn't bother me because that just reminds me of a lot of old RPGs. But anyway, I was saying Lost Sphere, the new one coming out from Square Enix as well. It has kind of the Grandia 2 like field battle mechanic. So it's like kind of like Chrono Trigger, where you have like Chrono Trigger and Grandia, where it's like, okay, you can hit multiple enemies based off of the type of attack you're using, like the area of effects, so like the straight line or the cone or what have you. But it allows you to move into various positions. So it's like Chrono Trigger if you could also move Chrono and company in combat, so that you could maximize those abilities.
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch this thing. I swear to God. It's pissing me off. Come here. There we go. I don't know what the surveyors do. They're old tech that you can use for some type of crafting at some point. Rowan, get off my PS4. Get down. But like some of them run away from you like that, and the goal is to catch them because they're slippery little bastards. All right, what do we got in here? So that's more lore. Cam Clark, also voiced Master Miller and Liquid Snake. I kind of love the old days of voice acting where it's like you could tell the voice, but you had no idea who they actually are because, it was the days before IMDb. Hey, that's a thing. Cat uses PS4 is dead. Film at 11. It's because it's warm. And Rowan just likes to sit on my freaking game shelf. Like, alright, we're just gonna keep punching. We're just gonna keep punch.
Punch, kick, it's all in the mind.
So we were talking about what to live stream tonight because I wanted something that I can, that I could just, talk about and, enjoy. And we were looking over like various demos on the PlayStation Network, and there is a demo on the PS4 for Parappa the Rapper. And I seriously considered just downloading it and a couple other demos and just being like, hey, guess what? We're gonna... Oh, hey! That's another enemy war golem. Oh.
He is kind of tearing into you.
He is. That's a new ability. So he's got that. And yeah, that's Gun Hulk. You're a pain in the ass. He's okay, so he starts off dazed. What do we got? So we now have our level 2 bursts. Flame Slug, magic damage, and ignites all enemies.
For piddly damage.
For piddly damage, but
it's a status effect.
It's a status effect. So I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to heal Garrett. I'm just going to go ahead and use some of my... I kind of don't care at the moment. What do we got? We got Boulder Toss. Hits all enemies, dealing 101 damage to each enemy and stunning them for a short time.
It's not bad.
Except I think that's the status effect he already has.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would actually be worth it at the moment. So I'm actually going to just... I'm going to go with Shielded Assault for the moment. And we'll see what Garrison's... Now that I've done this, I know Garrison's level 2 burst is going to be like super awesome, and I'm like, I can't use it. Increases critical chance of all allies by 60% for the next 2 actions. Garrison will immediately act again after using Relentless. Okay, so yeah, it's... You trade off 2 burst gauge for 60% crit increase for 2 turns. And you don't lose a turn doing it. So...
It's pretty neat.
I'm gonna go ahead and actually do Heartbleed, because it does a fair bit of damage and inflicts bleed. So, that's a good start, because he looks like he's kind of hurt. Oh, and okay, so now he has stun resistance, so I actually can't stun him. Alright, we're gonna go... My normal strategy with this, abilities, and I'm gonna go ahead and... He's got a lot of HP. He's got a lot of HP. So yeah, I'm just gonna take advantage of this while I can. Just keep bleeding. Again, how does a robot bleed? Oh, and I can't use... Oh no, because I used Guy's Fist. I thought I was attacking. Just using the normal attack. It's like, nope, that's... Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna heal back some HP by beating the crap out of him now, because that is an ability that I love. And I've got burst level 1 back up, so... That did a lot of damage. That did a lot of damage. So we're gonna do the shield again. Because that prevented a lot of the damage. Oh crap, I've got... So Sunder, that defense down does... Whatever that one is does stack, which is one of the reasons why I'm taking so much damage. Because I had level 7 of it up. And I'm just going to keep the level of bleed up, because it does a ton of damage. Because what ends up happening is they take bleed damage when they take a turn, but if they don't take an immediate turn and it comes back, they... Like, if they do one that, like, changes their turn order, so they get it when it initially pops up and when the turn goes off. So, like, if they're casting an ability, it hits bleed twice, so it does a ton of damage if you can manipulate what abilities they're aiming to use. Rowan? Sit down. It can bleed off. Have you guys thought of playing Bloodborne? If I thought about it, yes. Am I going to? Probably not. God, what is... Okay, he just has some sort of insane defense down ability. That's rough. That is really, really rough.
Well, you know, he's not made out of iron for nothing.
Basically. Well, let's heal. Which I probably didn't need to do because that's a healing fountain. I believe that's a healing fountain. Shrine of Energy. Oh, no. No, that gives me a passive overcharge generation. All right. Oh, hey, now we have symbols in rooms. So let's go in here, because this room looks like it's kind of out of the way. And I'm not going to go in there yet because I don't know where that goes. Healing flask. I kind of want to look around and be like, what is going on in here? Oh, this is one of the puzzle rooms. Okay. I'm probably going to hate this one. So we're going to move this over here, and we're just going to kind of try out all these things and get all of the treasures. And that raises one. And I need to go onto the far side of things, over there. So I probably should have just left that one there before I hit the switch, but...
Yeah.
The grand scheme of it, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But yeah. So now we have access. There's a prisoner over there. I'm not entirely sure if we have to fight him or if he's just going to give us part of the password. I'm betting we have to fight him. Like, that's, you know, that's how these things tend to go.
I mean, if RPGs have the chance to make you fight something, they usually take it.
A man sits by his lonesome, perks up your approach, speak to him. What are you in for? I was betrayed. He'll get what's coming to them one way or another. So that's your angle. How about you do me a favor? I'll tell you what you need to know if you open the gate. Sure, there's no way this could go wrong. They don't tell it to everyone. Money. That's all I got. Figure out the rest on your own. I'll see myself out. So, we've got 2 of the clues. It's like we're playing Blue's Clues.
Just write this down in our handy-dandy notebook.
Something to do in December. Decorate Culex like a Christmas tree.
Okay, but why though?
Alright, so I have no idea why, like, there's just a bunker in here that I can come in. More lore. I'm gonna hold off on that for a second. I'm pretty sure I get an item from it, so I just need to use one of the power cores. I don't remember how many power cores I have, so that's a...
Well, you just picked one up.
So it's doing something. The tank now functional addresses you, Hello Master. I am service utilization 3, faded or ill-fated emotive bot, otherwise known as Susie. It is my one and only wish to serve you. What command do you give me? Spread peace and love to all, burn the world down. What should we say?
Spread peace and burn the world down.
Burn the world down. Your wish is my command. Internal error, oh no. Either way, I'm pretty sure it explodes. And it dies a... Sifting through Susie's wreckage, you notice the complex, intricate internal design with many prized parts. You decide that Susie would have wanted you to have... Basically, Susie's an organ donor and wants you to have her liver. Her mechanical liver. So we get a Susie core, and we get armor for... Oh, armor for Calbretto. That looked neat. I can't wear it yet, but yes, it is very neat. Why can I not wear it? Required level 11. So next level, I can get something that increases... Adds 50 health, 10 stamina, 8 attack power, 7 physical... Like, that is a fantastic piece of equipment. Like, that's...
Yeah.
And what does it do?
Rejuvenation of 15 every turn.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, so I just need to level up, and then I can use that, which will be fantastic. Again, not that I'm going to get to keep this, because I can't transfer my save data from my PS4 to my Switch when I get it, so...
Just have to find Susie again.
It's a shame I'm poor, otherwise I would get this game. Like, it's so good. And for really $30. Unless, of course, again, you get the Switch version, in which it's 40. So good. Sure, why the hell not? I'm just gonna use power cells on everything in this dungeon.
Hey, another power cell.
Another power cell. Okay, that's actually kind of helpful. And hey, a workbench. This is how you get weapons, for the most part. Like, there are some weapon drops, but for the most part, it's the game wants you to make things. And then, so like, the crafting aspect's actually kind of neat because, so like, stonecutter. I can make stonecutter already because I have all of the components needed. So you need 30 common parts, 3 broken lysolot fangs, 1 piece of hardened leather, and 3 hardened cast iron ingots. So if you want, you can add more of them, increasing the success chance. So like that, I only have 12 iron ingots, so like you don't really want to do that, but
yeah, it's 100% anyway.
Yeah, but if you increase the success chance, you notice that it's starting, like the meter becomes blue. It starts off as a green ranked weapon, so you can actually increase the rank like to 300% basically. I'm gonna see how much it's gonna take of everything to make it a legendary quality weapon. So like it takes a lot of resources to do that at the moment, so like it's not technically worth it, but and it doesn't tell you what things you get from it.
Yeah, actually, take that down for a second. It does tell you the damage at least.
Yeah, it'll tell you the base damage, but like any of the legendary type attributes that come with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, it assigns them. So, who do we got? DB's having to go. Aaron's buying the cartridge for my Cage Saturn called Saturn Unlock. And Tina Sword just got home, so like, I actually don't even know. But one of the things that I actually kind of like about it is, like, so I'm missing 8 pieces of deep iron, meaning I only have a 33% success chance of making the weapon as it is. But you can go in and be like, no, I'm at least going to get a 100% chance for it, even though I'm missing one entire piece of equipment. They implemented Minecraft in this game, all the more reason to buy it. From both college and Taekwondo. Oh, well then. So, like, I don't really...
That's nice, at least, that you don't end up being like, I've got, 1,000 of this one thing, but I haven't seen a single, bear to get a bear claw from. But it's also kind of weird that you could make, like, bear claws without any bear claws.
Yeah. And then, in order to increase the list of things that you can make, there are tutorial manuals that are sold by NPCs or found in the game that allow you to make things. In fact, that's how you get everyone's ultimate weapon. You have to find the recipe for their ultimate weapon and then have the materials in which to do it. So, one interesting bit of lore for it, I think that is a trap. And that is a bad guy who's probably going to try to shoot me. So I'm going to take a second to come here into the menu. So, Garrison, his shtick in the comics is he has a magic sword that no one really knows what its abilities are, and like, even him to a degree. It does something to a monk and, like, just kind of drains the life out of him. It's really weird. That's the only time it's ever really been seen, so it's a very mysterious artifact weapon. But, like, that's his shtick. And since this game follows these characters so closely, like, one of the things that they did is, like, again, Gully's gauntlets. Those are not the special gauntlets. That's just the weapon I currently have equipped. Right. So, like, that's her special gauntlet. Like, that's the story gauntlet. That's what they look like. That's what they're supposed to be. So, any of the characters that have something unique like this base weapon is required to make their ultimate weapon, because it's basically the unlocking of this weapon in the comic universe. So, like, I don't even think you can sell them following that. So it's like we have, like, I've got the artifact blade, and then, like, his special one is, like, his artifact blade, but so in the comic, like, the hilt actually opens up, like, it's kind of like Lion-O's sword, where it's kind of got a creepy looking eye thing in it, but not like living eye, like soul edge. But it opens up, and it also has, like, a glowing red flame aura. As I have to get my cat again because he keeps getting on my PS4. Yes, Corporal Cuddles. What is everyone saying in chat? I'm glad I get to catch you for stream for chance. To give you an idea, purple belt for Taekwondo. Got a tournament this weekend. Dragon Force on emulator. Trying to do Shining Force 3, but the sound was effed up. Hi. Yes. You were being a buttface. Stay off of my PS4. Yes.
I don't understand these words.
I don't speak your language. Oh no, I don't. I really don't want the crap blade on at the moment. All right. I also don't remember what everyone's second skill is. Fires a projectile that will damage enemies and put ignite on them for the next battle. Okay, interesting. Good to have. Become immune to dungeon damage, increase defense when entering combat while it lasts. Also good. Blinding any creature struck. Okay, so that's the stun. Okay, I knew that one was stun, but it didn't seem like it was as... is this all based on a comic? Yes, because I think you weren't here for this. But yes, it is in fact based off of a comic book. I'm kind of... one of the fun things about this is I did a video about this, talking about it when the backer preview came out, and I was super excited for this game. And one of the best things about it was Joe Madureira, the creator himself, actually liked all of my tweets related to it. I'm like, oh, someone, you know, actually famous is liking my comments. I can kind of die now. Did you get a chance to play Warriors Roach yet? No, I haven't. I have not gotten a chance to play anything other than I got Hyrule or Fire Emblem Warriors on the Switch. That is the last game I've picked up and the newest game I've gotten a chance to play. I have not gotten a chance to play anything. Like, I'm actually barely scraping by to have time to record Shining Force CD at the moment. Like, it's getting fun. Let's taunt and hope that we can keep...
It doesn't seem to do much against the
AoE, yeah. Yeah. That's really just a pain in the ass ability. People talking about burgers. Went to get food, burger and fries. Alright, what do I want to do? I don't have any new abilities that would actually be of... But holy crap, I have a ton...
I guess because of that energy fountain?
Yeah, because I'm just passively generating a ton of overcharge.
Throw a Warblade out.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a Warblade out. It'll do a decent chunk of damage. Tell me someone can actually like something on the internet? Heresy. Ouch.
Does she have any self-heals, or is it all just, like, shielding?
All shielding. We'll do barrier swing, and I'm gonna heal her because she needs it. She needs it badly. Just asked because I wasn't sure. I knew that game came out, but sadly, let's leave. I have class in the morning, and happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. We will. Well, I don't know. Normally, I do a video for Thanksgiving, as a tradition that I've had for several years, where I play Quake on the Dreamcast. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to do that this year. I want to. If anyone else is available, like I'll see about doing a live stream instead. After all of the typical Thanksgiving festivities are taken care of. So, alright, now I need to heal myself, and
back up to full overcharge again, so we can
yeah,
knock another 175 out.
Like I am. Let's go ahead and burst because he's gonna get an attack. Marauder gonna be in a turkey coma. So like well, shit. Oh. That was a lot of damage. I'm gonna heal myself. Not that it matters at this point because it's gonna be a minute. That's not gonna do anything because all he has is AoEs. And I can't really. Well, I can kill him here, so I'll do that. I may or may not be available. We eat Thanksgiving fairly. If I do it, it'll be later in the evening, like I typically do. So, because we also tend. I don't know what it is about Thanksgiving, but there's a joke in Family Guy. That's a trap. And another fight. But like, everyone's like, for some odd reason, dinner's at like 2 in the afternoon. Just because. So, yeah. Mom's all the mashed potatoes. I'm available on Turkey Day. See, I was thinking about seeing who else was around in town. Like if Luth and his munchkins and whatnot were around. Like I was thinking about, what I really want to do is I want to get people together. There's a project that I've been wanting to do for a while. I get a group of people together to play Choo Choo Rocket, and I think that's going to be something that's really entertaining to watch, depending on who all we get and how inebriated they are. Have you gotten a chance to play Moria yet? No. Moria?
The new hero that's on the Overwatch BTR.
Oh, no. Moira. No. Oh, God. No, I haven't played. I missed the entirety of the Halloween event this year. Like, I did not log in once. Alright, so we've got that. Typically, anytime there's something in a dungeon like that that's like, hey, you should probably do this. It's typically well worth. Ow. Okay. And hey, look, more bad guys. Let's try this. I haven't gotten a chance to try this out yet. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Whoops. And this is going to be fun because they've also taken damage. And that's one thing that I find that's really cool about this game is everything is affected by the environmental effects. So it's like, I've taken some hits from those cannons. Obviously, so is that gunner. And what's funny is, like, I've actually seen people just kind of hang out where the traps are to keep the enemy in the trap and just watch them die.
There's actually this one area in Divinity, Original Sin 2, where they have a trap of a fireball that just kind of repeatedly shoots down a corridor. And the thing is, like, when you're in combat, Divinity is turn-based, but I don't know if it's all traps or just that particular one, but that particular trap at the very least isn't turn-based, so you're sitting there in turn-based combat and it's just continuously...
It is beating the crap out of you.
Or, you know, you stand out of the way of it and the enemy moves into the path of it, and, you know, while you're sitting here taking your turn, the fireball trap kills it.
Fantastic. And one thing I just learned, so that guy has a Dispel ability that removes all buffs, but it didn't remove the buff that we got from the shrine, which I'm actually really happy about because I could see that being a thing. It's like, yeah, no, it's gonna dispel, like, that would piss me off so much. So, but yeah, we're actually getting close to the end of tonight's normal live stream. I want to see if I can at least... I want to find my sword that I put in the box. For one, like... there's a guy that I can buy stuff from. So yeah, Tome of Knowledge. That gives us perks.
Costs most of your current money.
Yeah. So like that's the thing. It's like anyone in the party you get extra perks for. So like that's why that's that expensive.
I'm guessing the minor one is only one character gets a perk point.
On multiple, that one's the lesser is.
That one gives it to everyone. The green one down there.
Oh, the green one. Yeah.
Yes, just one hero gets it.
And all heroes. So it's like that's the fun trade-off.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's all the stuff that I've got. I was kind of hoping that the box would be in here. Because it can be in all sorts of places. But not in here. So it's time to... I really just want to kind of find... I don't think I'm going to find the box in time. Alright, and...
I mean, this is the last room, right? So it'd have to be back at the start?
Yeah. Or it could be in the last room.
Yeah, it could be there.
Alright, we're just gonna dash through all that. Let's see. Does it look like there... Okay, there's a teleporter and it's active, so that means there shouldn't be any enemies here. So like I could go back to that room.
There's some stuff in this room.
There's some stuff in this room, so let's look around, see what's here. Use a power cell. A voice comes over a speaker. Okay. It's like worms. The crate.
Let's see.
Holy crap.
The Amazon drones are surprisingly aggressive.
One prototype golem crusher. That is a new legendary weapon for Gully. That I can't use yet because it requires level 11. Like everything else. But see, like, that's your typical trade-off. Like, her weapon lowers all of her defense. So, like...
It doubles her attack.
Marauder, you should get a Roomba. Should I get a Roomba because of the cats riding it? Is that where we're going with it? So for the cost of what? 3-4 power cells, I got a bunch of neat stuff. Alright. Oh, it's a puzzle room. This is gonna be fantastic. Let me look around and see if like is the box in the puzzle room? I have to beat the puzzle room regardless. So like that's the fun part. It's like okay, where there's got to be another switch.
Yeah.
Guess there's one up here. There's two up here. Okay, so there's a treasure chest over there, not the box. There's a legend. That's the That's the dungeon treasure chest. So that is. Oh wait. No, I don't think that's it. Like that down there in the corner. I don't think that's it though.
Yeah.
Vroomba. Thank you, Orkana. All right, I'm gonna go back to the first room because that is not the box. So I'm gonna go back to the first room and see if the box is there. And if it's not there, then I'll go ahead and end this live stream where the, because like I want the box, damn it. I want to find the box because that's. All right, it's not in the room. So let's see if it's out here. Maybe it's.
If it's not here, then I guess it would have to be in that top right room.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm not seeing a box. Where did you go, Magic Box? Because I'm at least pretty sure that it can't show up, or that it shows up in the same dungeon.
Yeah, I mean, it did say that it was somewhere in this dungeon.
Yeah. Alright, well, not there, so... I mean... I don't think it could be in this room, could it? This was not a room... Well, no, this was the room that it was in.
Yeah.
Which I still don't see floating magic box.
Yeah, so it's got to be at the top right. Watch it not be at the top right.
Yeah, watch it not be at the top right. Anyway, so yeah, I'll go ahead and I'm not gonna get my magic floating box back, so that kind of aggravates me. I wanted to see what came out of it because it's a crapshoot. Typically, like you get something, relatively equivalent, but there's always the off chance you can get something fantastic, and there's the off chance that you can get something terrible. So, unless it's in the first room, because I'm still here, so it could be. I don't think anything can actually show up in that first room, though. But we're gonna go find out, because that's literally the only room we haven't been in. Again, unless it's in the top right room with the boss, which would be obnoxious. Yeah, there's nothing here. This is just the...
Yeah.
So... Christmas video, Marauder's cat's riding a Roomba. Alright, so yeah, I should end this, but I'm seeing I gotta find this fucking box. And this is what this game does to me. This is why I've not been playing the PS4 version, waiting for the Switch version, because I know, deep down, that I would be like, hey, if I don't stop playing this game, if I start playing this game, I'm never going to stop, because I have an addiction. You know I'm going to try to find the box in the fucking room, right? It's not here, though. I don't see it.
Yeah.
And now I don't know how to fix that, because... Oh, I gotta do that one. It's like, what switch am I missing? Okay. I do not know what that just did. So...
I think maybe it moved that one up at the top right. Yeah.
Yeah. It moved... Okay. Oh, everything has multiple... Okay. That's even better. That's... Alright, let's try this one. So that one doesn't do anything helpful at the moment. That does that.
So you can get the giant purple box.
I can get the giant purple box, but I can't get what's over there. So let's just get the giant purple box. We got a treasure chest. And iron plating, which is probably not all that great in terms of equipment for... Yeah, that's useless. And that only affects that one.
Yeah.
But that...
So you need to get that platform on the left down so you can flip that switch and then do a circle.
Yeah. So let's see. That does that. That does that. Hey, look, it opened up another section. And which one does this one do? That.
That could work, maybe? Question mark? Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. That's a straight shot there. Okay, so we got the other. Oh.
It's the third clue.
It's the
or the second clue. But, you know.
And that, I think, opens everything so that you can just leave.
Yeah. Or, you know, get everything.
Yeah. There is one place we haven't been. Inside the room that we have to give the password to. So you know that's what I've got to try now. I just can't stop this. Send help. Curse you, Joe Madureira, for developing a game that's just too much fun. Alright, so we have an idea of what the 3 password required words are.
You know,
but
what was it? Like, money makes rum?
So it's the money makes rum, rum makes money. So like that's the only one. Well, I mean, rum makes money also kind of makes sense.
But I mean, like, rum was the third clue.
Yeah.
So like, assuming that, you know,
it's going in that. So yeah, it's actually not that one. So it is the one that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
The numbering of the clues in game was not significant, or at least it wasn't just straight up giving you the answer.
All right. So we're in this place. I'm expecting there. Okay, there's going to be a boss fight because that's a health crystal thingy. Where the fuck is my? Where is my magic treasure chest thing? Oh, I'm so mad at this. So mad. Alright, we're gonna use that. Get all of our health back. And there's gonna be a boss fight, but I'm not gonna do it because I wanna find my... Okay, this is actually a rather large room. And I can't go that way. See, that's one of the things I was talking about. Is like, what is set piece and what is
Traversable.
Yeah. Alright, I'm not stepping on the giant skull yet. I gotta step on the giant skull. Where? I'm stepping on the giant... Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream here. So, thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, I don't know if I'm actually going to be doing a live stream next week or not. I'm hoping to. It depends on basically how worn down everyone is after Thanksgiving festivities. If not, I will definitely have my typical Thanksgiving video go up of, you know, giving thanks and for all of you basically, because that's really all I talk about. And that, so like, and hey, look, it's a boss that's gonna kick my ass. But except I'm not gonna be doing it. So So yeah, and then through the end of the year, we're still going to be doing kind of like one-off type live streams, and then first of the year is when we're going to go back to doing one that's, you know, a continuous over, you know, multiple live streams. So yeah, with that, maybe see you next week. If not, I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. If we're not actually live, so
you know, be careful if you get a visit from the ghost of Thanksgiving past,
yeah,
future, however that whole thing works.
And regardless, I'll post tweets, like I'll tweet about it if I'm going to be doing it or not. So that way, follow me on Twitter. That way you'll see it. Go buy this game. Go buy Battle Chasers. If you have a PS4, an Xbox One, a PC, or if you're like me and you're just waiting for the Switch version, buy this game. It's really good, and I really hope that they keep doing. Like, I want to see a sequel to this. I haven't even gotten like a third of the way through the game, even on my longest playthrough. This is just worth it. Just please go buy this game. So yeah, till then, bye.